Tom Beckham. Tom Beckham. Cool. Yeah.
I squeezed it in there.
Set you up, John.
Set me up for
Set
failure.
you up perfectly.
Chords, you're thinking of everything from the root and all the scales that go with it from the root instead of like, instead of just colors and notes lighting up, within an octave. It's almost like if you had notes that light up within one octave, and the pattern would change and
Sure.
notes could light up.
Oh, you take that. So here's the melody.
Think it from a visual perspective,
So instead of thinking, yeah. So you're just thinking of, or
like, I mean, it's really just from a position. It's like.
This is C. What are you doing? Just C
So
minor.
arpeggios and connecting tones
Between.
So I'm thinking of this, and then I'm thinking of that, or sometimes that,
Right.
Sometimes that. Sometimes that. But in James P. world, you wouldn't be doing that,
Right.
But you'd be more like. Blues. So it would be that, right? But with bebop, it's almost closer to classical arpeggios put together, right? B diminished, C minor, right? Yeah. Really simple.
analogy.
I'm just trying to cover the chord. You know, if I do this, that's I still need a chunk down at the bottom, and I need a melody somewhere. So I go. Making up chords there. So it's kind of like stride when you do that, you know, because then you're like. They would probably go a little straighter, you know, instead of like.
Oh yeah, feel yeah.
So anyway, but then.
So the tenths.
That gives a full sound to me. I just started trying that. One is just an exercise for these two mallets, just for myself, just to like, you know, calisthenically to like do that. And then I said, well, I'll put it up an octave, and then that gets me a melody line. So in the root, right? So then I have the. Right. It's not smooth, I guess. So then it goes. All right, so and then I'm picking an approach from farther away. So I'm in F.
What do you mean?
I'm approaching 7 up to the 3rd, 2. So you know, sharp 5, 6, 2, 1.
You mean instead of just one note before, you could pick a whole
maybe as a start to a line, or you know, starting on the. There's so many ways to do it, though. Certainly they're more codified and more in stride and more stylistically.
Well, there's less
correct.
stuff
So
to
this
do.
is
You're trying to, you know, like the problem is you have 80 more years of language that like I'm trying to. It's
and
confusing to me.
Get
so
back. Yeah, I know. So you know, I kind of, you know. You know, I was just listening to "Careless Love." You know, Willie the Lion singing and playing "Careless Love." That's pretty cool. And you know, hearing the changes on that tune are much simplified and sounds more like a blues type of tune, you know, and the whole expression of it in the melody. And there's like a lot of blending of the melody. It's not as clean as, obviously, not as clean as like say Keith Jarrett might play it nice and clean and pristine and you know with nice clean Bill Evans harmonies. You know, it's got like a grit to it that when he's singing it, and that's really cool. And I always love that part about improvising. You know, that little grit part. And I guess to stay stylistically correct, you're at, you know, to stay stylistically correct, you can't really go too far, but But they certainly did it with harmony.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Keeping the tension notes around the 5 and the 2 and the and then staying pretty much toward the pentatonics. I don't know if I'm saying anything of value. So
it's an interesting.
Probably not.
What? How do we not sound like a music box version of?
Open up the voicings. You gotta open them up because that whole thing. I mean, one of the differences between Red and Gary, you know, now 2 artists who like are spanning that, they kind of have the same. They're working with the same kind of batch of information,
right.
You know, but making it sound a different way. Like with Red, you know, the voicings are all closed up at the top. When he's comping for Tal Farlow, it's really high, closed position voicings. You know? And you won't hear that in Gary's music. I mean, obviously time, you know, you go jump on the timeline, you know, another 20, 30 years.
Right.
But, 20 years, I guess. But I think, how do you not sound like that? I mean, I thought the whole point of learning stride and this kind of thing is to sound like that correctly. And, you know, like I'm not, I'm with that, but like trying to push.
Trying to make a new combine, you don't want to make aliens.
New thing, I just think opening up the voicings if you don't want it to sound high and high and closed position, you know. Right. You know, if you don't want it to sound like that, then you gotta open things more concert, you know, more drop 2 type voicings, you know, to open up the sound. But again, it doesn't really sound the same.
Right.
It's kind of like we should really start with this. If we were actually trying to improvise, we should probably start with this time period. But we don't really learn things, you know, like I certainly don't learn things in a chronological manner. But it seems like an area that should be really, you know, codified more on the instrument, I think. Even though maybe we don't even play much of it like that. But I have found that being able to actually just understand and stay with the band when they go to stuff like that. Like, you know, say you're on a gig and the band really wants to do that, you know, 4 to the beat thing, and the time field changes, even if it's just for a few minutes. It's kind of like, you know, where are you as a vibes player, or where are you in the, you know, I'm talking to me as a vibes. Where are you in this? You know, what is your vision of how this goes? You know, you have certain like people out there that are the kind of you know, the leaders on it, right? And you were talking about Lionel, you know, and you're talking about that thing and doing that. But is that the only way that if you just rely on how you know, the instrument sounded when the main points of light were around, then you're not going to do much. You know, I mean, it's good to start with that for sure, but like we have to think too, like, well, what about what it can do?
Cool. Yeah.